Yes, anyone? Example 2 is on the screen. I want here the objective function and the constraints. The question is formulate the LPP to maximize the profit. Okay. So what should be the objective function? Yes.
15x plus 10y.
15x plus 10y. Very good. 15x plus 10y. Now it is assumed that this manufacturer is going to produce X number of say units of product 1 and Y units of product 2. Okay. So 15x is the max that is the selling price. So if you get X rupees for 1 unit, 15x is for X units there, and same is a 10y there. So 15x plus 10y we have to maximize. This is the objective function. Now subject to. Now we have a condition. Now we have the condition on each of the things, like we have condition on raw material. So it should be a condition on a raw material.
4x plus 5y should be less
5 by
than 57 157.
4x plus 5y
Less
should
than
be
less than equal
less
to
than equal to 1.
1575.
less than or equal to 1575. Okay, so this is the first condition. The condition for a raw material maximum available is 1575 lb, so that about 4x plus 5y less than equal to that one. So we got the first constraint. Second constraint we can say on a production rate. Now, so what is a condition on a production rate?
60x plus 30y.
60x to 30y less than equal to 7.
Not correct. Not correct. This is a little tricky constraint only. Otherwise, generally the constraints are very straightforward. We have the maximum 7 hours available per day. Okay, per day 7 hours available, and 60 units are produced per hour of product 1. So, and we are going to produce X and Y units now. So X and Y units we are going to produce. So how much hours we require to produce X unit here? You will observe X by 60. Are you getting? For example, suppose X is 120. If we have to produce 120 units of product 1, so 120 upon 60, that is the 2 hours we require, because we know 60 units per hour. 60 units per hour of product 1 we are producing. 60 units per hour. So this is the number of hours. Number of hours we require to produce X units. Now how much hours we require to produce Y units? Yes.
Y by 30.
Y by 30, correct. So Y by 30 is a number of hours we require to produce 30 units, and that is less than or equal to
7.
7. Now 7 is the maximum number of hours available. So that about a second constraint. This is a tricky constraint, I will say, where you should focus on for which part you are writing this constraint. The constraint we are writing for the number of hours. So LHS also we converted in number of hours. So X by 60 is the number of hours required for product 1. Y by 30 is the number of hours we require for product 2. So that should be less than 7. Third constraint. Now next constraint I will say it is on storage unit.
5x plus 3y should be less than 1500.
Less than or equal to
1500.
yes, 1500. Very good. So this is the straightforward one. So we have a storage constraint 5x plus 3y should be less than or equal to 1500. And that's one. And what is missing then? Last part?
Sir, that Z equation.
Not Z equation. Z equation is already written. Non-negative restriction is missing there. X and Y should be positive. Number of units
Equal
whatever
greater
we are
than
going
0.
to produce, it should be the positive. So that about our LPP. This is the formulation of LPP. Now in the exam, only this part you have to write it. You have to write this objective function, then you have to write down this constraint. Okay, so that part only you have to write it. Let I show you the same answer here where it is written. So this part only you have to write it. So your final answer should be this one. So this is the objective function subject to the constraint 1, 2, 3 and non-negative restriction. So that this part you have to write it. No need to write in detail there. Okay. Now next part is here. So the question is coming here. How much units of product 1 and product 2 should that manufacturer should produce So indirectly we have to find out x1 and x2 for which z is a maximum. Our aim is to find x1 and x2 for which z is a maximum. So to solve this problem, the first method that we have is a graphical method. So this graphical method is coming for 2 marks already, I told you. Now to plot the graphical method, the first thing what we have to do it, obviously we should start with this x and y axis. Suppose this is the x axis, this one is y axis. Next step, we have to draw each line for each constraint. So convert inequality to the equality. For example, first line what we have to draw it, we say 4x plus 5y, 4x plus 5y is equal to 1575, 1575, is it? That is the first line. We convert inequality to the equality. Then you will observe to draw a straight line, we require minimum 2 points. We require minimum 2 points. So can you tell me what should be that 2 points we should take it to draw this straight line? Points on x and y axis. Okay, that is a simple point. So if you put x equal to 0, we get y. So can you tell me what is the value of y?
315. 0,315.
0, 315. 315, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and second point, suppose y is a 0.
Sir, 393.75.
3,
Yes, sir.
9,
3.75.
3, 1.
0.75.
393.7.
No, 1575 divided by 4.
4, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 393.75.
0.75. Okay, sorry, my mistake. 393.75, my mistake. Now, by observing these values, actually, you have to take some proper scale on x and y axis. So you may take, suppose 50 units, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, and suppose somewhere here that point is there, 393.75, comma 0. This is that point. Same thing, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, and suppose this point is here, which is a 0, 315. Okay, and this is a 393.75, that's point. So we should draw a line then, the line passing through that 2 points. So it should pass through that point. Okay, even though it is a rough sketch, these rough sketches are also okay in the final exam, but point of intersection, then you have to solve it by simultaneous equation. Now once you draw a line, we have to decide the region, because this straight line divides a region in 2 parts of the first quadrant. One side is this one and other side is origin side. This is known as origin side. Can you tell me which should be the correct side, region, origin or non-origin?
Origin.
Towards the origin. Towards the origin.
Yes, very good. If you replace the x1 and x2 as a 0, so you will observe 0 less than 175. That is a true. So it is origin side. So region is this side. Okay. Like that, we have to draw the second constraint, third constraint, and we have to find the feasible region. And then there is a theorem. That theorem says that maximum value occurs at one of the corner point of the feasible region. So I will show you this solution on the software, say Tora. So let me just put these values quickly. How many constraints are there? Already we see 3. Okay, so let I enter the data quickly. So can you tell me the coefficient of objective function? 15x plus
10y.
10. 15 and 10, na?
Yes.
Okay. Now constraint number 1. Just we seen that constraint. Let I check it here.
4x plus 5y.
4, 5. Okay. Just 4, 5 less than or equal to
1575.
1575. Okay. Constraint 2 now.
1/60.
I'm not able to hear you. So okay, x
1
by
by
60 is
60.
there. So I will just cross multiply by 30, because the constraints are 1 by
1
60 is
plus
greater.
20, 120,
Okay,
420.
1 minute. 120. Okay,
डेसिमल में लिख लेते.
no, you can put either decimal. Decimal is also okay, or better. I will write that way. If you cross multiply, suppose LCM is a 60. So if you want to make that 60, I think one is there, no? If you take LCM, just cross
One.
Sir,
Yes,
120
one.
and
One.
420.
1.
160. 460.
No, how 160?
Sir, 2,
160. No,
Two.
160.
Sorry.
2 आएगा sir.
1 to 420.
420. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, correct. Then 5 3 1500. 5 3 1500. Okay, and now let me solve it. See a solution now. So what you can observe here first? First x greater than 0, x and y greater than 0. You'll observe the feasible region is first quadrant right now. Okay, because of only one constraint, x, y positive. If we plot this first line, whatever we drawn before, you'll observe this is the line we drawn there. You'll observe that passing through these 2 points, say whatever the intersection we see in there. So 4x plus 5y 1575, that line is drawn. This is the triangle we seen. Next, if you draw this line, you'll observe it is still origin side and the feasible region is reduced now. And the third straight line, if you draw, this one is third straight line. Okay, and you will find this is our feasible region now. Okay, this is the feasible region. How many corner points are there? How many corner points are there to this LPP?
3.
There are total 4 with origin also. Origin, this point, third point, and fourth point. So 4 corner points are there. And there is one theorem. The theorem says this maximum value or minimum value that always occur at one of the corner point of the feasible region. So this maximum minimum value should present at one of these corner point. So we should calculate a value of a z at these corner points.
Sir, we should take the mid one.
This one.
Yes, sir.
Generally, yes, it is there, but not necessary. Suppose the slope of the objective function is greater than this straight line, then this line will go away, and this will touch here, and you will get maximum here also. Okay, it depends on the slope of objective. Let I show you a solution right now. Yes, you are whatever you thought, that is correct, and right now the slope of objective function is in between of these two straight line, these constraint. So it is intersecting here, and you get a maximum at this point. And what is that point? The coordinate of that point are 248.57 and 85.71, and maximum value of a z is 4585. Remember, this question will not come in an exam because yes, values are in decimal. Generally, whatever the questions are coming in exam, you will observe, you can see the questions. Already I uploaded few recorded session on TMLMS of old question paper graphical method, and you will come to know that questions are really simple than this. This is a little difficult question because the numbers are a little larger. So you should take proper scale on x and y axis. That is only the problem. Otherwise, it's not so difficult. Only scale is a problem, and getting this intersection is little difficult. To get that intersection, there are two ways. One way, just plot this perpendicular on x and y axis, you get a coordinates. Other way that you should use in the exam, that you have to solve the simultaneous equation. Solve this equation and that equation simultaneously. That is equation number 2 and 3. I think these 2 and 3 are there, that you have to solve it. You will observe what happened here. The constraint number 1 is not a boundary. Whatever the constraint number 1 is not a boundary of a feasible region at all. Okay, it is considered as a redundant constraint, or that constraint doesn't play any role in a solution. Even though this constraint is removed, suppose this first constraint is we removed, then also it will not affect on a solution. Is that? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, nice. So let I come to so this is the way we do it. There is one last question here, third question. This is the problem that we have to formulate again. Yes, you can tell me the first formulation, then we'll go to the solution there. Okay, just 1 minute. Just
5x
one, just 1 minute. Maximize or minimize?
minimize.
Minimize, yes. The question is of minimize now. Minimize z, say
5x plus 10y is
5x plus 10y. Okay, so you said 5x plus 10y. Okay, then subject to, what are the condition?
4x plus 6y. Sir, there should be less than or greater.
That depends on the words, na. So you should
So
learn
there
that
will
word.
be greater than, no?
Greater than now, because here it is written, it is available. Minimum
Minimize,
available
sir.
means greater than.
Yes,
So
sir.
the constraint
4x plus
x contains
6y greater than 90
4x
plus 6y should be greater or equal to 90.
90.
सर ये वेरिएबल एक्स और वाई की जगह दूसरे लेंगे ना सर, ये तो विटामिन आ गए इसमें.
They are capital, you are writing small, that is doesn't matter. So even though you keep capital X and it doesn't harm actually. Only the meaning is important there. So it is small x small y we used, and that is capital X capital Y used. If you want, you can use the other variable also. You can say x1 x2, you can use pq. Okay, anything you can use it. Okay, so next is 7x.
7x plus 11y is greater than 130.
And what is the one more constraint missing here?
X plus y should be positive.
Yes, x and y should be positive. So this is our LPP now. This is the formulation. Let me see the solution of this also. There is a change. There is a little change in this question. Now the question is on minimize here. Okay. So just I will go to the main menu, linear programming, input screen. Just I will give a name. Two variables, two constraint, and I will enter. So I'll give the names to the variable x and y. Then we have to not maximize now, we have to minimize. So minimize 5, 10, 5 and 10. Then first constraint 4, 6, 90, 4, 6, 90. Second constraint 7, 11. Is it 130? And both are greater than. You will observe first x and y positive. This is the entire feasible region. Now when we draw the first constraint is this one, and what happens here, you will observe the 0, 0 is greater than 90 is a false, so it is non-origin side. So feasible region is this side. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So when you draw another constraint, oh, this one is it 7, 11, 130 is there? I will check it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll observe 4, 6, 90 and 7, 11, 130. 4, 6, 90 and 7, 11, 130. So you'll observe this constraint doesn't harm at all here. Okay, because this is a redundant constraint, because it doesn't affect, because this is greater than and this one is also greater than. So this is the common region which satisfy both the constraint. So actually the second constraint is of no use here in this case. So that happened. So this can happen also. So here also that convex polygon theorem we can apply. Convex polygon theorem says that maximum or minimum value occur at one of the corner point. So how many corner points are there to this feasible region?
Sir, 2.
Only two, this point and this point. Remember the feasible region is unbounded. It is an infinite region. But when we move away from origin, generally we get maximum value, and we are not interested in maximize. We are interested to minimize. So this minimum value will occur to the point which is generally the nearest to the origin. So these two corner points are the possible solutions, and if we find it, you'll observe the value of z. Yes, it is, this point is here, and optimum value comes at this point. The coordinates of that point are 22.50, 22.5, and the minimum value of z is 112.5, 112.5 there. If anyone have any doubt, yes, you can ask.
So can you explain this again?
Which part?
So the last part, the blue line.
No, this blue line you don't have to draw. What you have to do it, just you have to calculate. You have to find out the coordinates of these 2 points. I will show you here. What you have to do it, first you have to find the coordinates of this point. So can you tell me the coordinate of this point and coordinate of this point? So coordinate of this point is already there, 22.5, 0. And you have to find out the coordinate of the other point. So this may
15.
be say 0, 15.
15.
Okay. Now we have the 2 points which are the corner points of the feasible region. So calculate the value of z at A. You will get here it is 112.5. So this is the value of z at point A. Now you calculate the value of z at this point. So what is the 0, 15? So if you replace 15 for x2 and 0 for x1, you will get 115. Huh? Now just compare these values. Which one is the minimum?
So 112.
112. So just you have to say thus z is a the value of z should be minimum at this point 22.5, and the minimum value should be this one. So this way you have to solve it in exam. This blue line is a different concept. That what is that concept of that blue line? I will tell you. This is, you don't have to show in the exam because you cannot show that animation at all. Actually, there are types of solution. The types of solution depends on this slope of the blue line. Right now you will observe the slope of this blue line, and these are different. Because of that, they are intersecting in a single point. Okay, whenever the slopes of objective function and slope of constraints are different, generally they intersect at a single point and you will get a unique solution. Suppose the slope of that objective function is equal to that constraint, and when you drag this line towards origin, what will happen? This will overlap. That blue line will overlap to this one, and what happens then, at this point and at this point, at both the point you get minimum z, same value you will get. And not only that, if you take any point on that line segment, you get everywhere that value. So I will come to that part with one example, but right now just I will say, in that case, whenever the slopes are equal, you get infinitely many solutions. So these are the different solutions that are there in a graphical method. Okay, let I show you quickly the other variety of solutions in a graphical method that you have. So you will find this part. So the first unique solution, so you have this LPP. Okay, so the two constraints are there. If you plot these two constraints, 2x plus 3y less than 60, 4x plus 3y less than equal to 96. So if you draw these two constraints, the first step in the exam, this graph is important for you. You should be able to draw this graph. Okay, once you draw the graph, we have to find out the corner points. Here 4 corner points are there, O, A, B, C. So calculate the value of z at these 4 corner points, and we'll observe the z is a maximum. Z is a maximum at the point B there. This is 1000. Okay, that is a unique solution. And why this happened? Because the slope of that objective function is not equal to any of that constraint. You got unique solution there. So that you don't have to write in exam. That is what is the slope of objective function or slope of constraint. These things you don't have to write in the exam. In the exam, two important things you should have: this graph and this table. And then you should say maximum is at here. Okay, these 3 things. Any doubt in unique solution?
No, sir.
Similarly, you will observe the graph is kept same now. Graph is kept same. Already the objective function has the slope as a minus 40 upon 35. Minus 40 upon 35, which is not equal to any of the constraint. But here objective function is changed now. 40 and 60 is taken. So slope of this objective function become minus 40 by 60. Minus 40 upon 60 is minus 2 by 3. And you will observe the slope of this constraint also. this is minus 2 by 3. Now these two constants have the same slope. These constants are as it is of the previous example, and the region will be the same. You'll observe this feasible region is the same like a previous question there, but the value of z, which is coming maximum, it is coming at 2 point 1200 and 1200. This is maximum. So we get a maximum at point B, we get a maximum at point B, as well as we get a maximum at point C. So we say this LPP have infinitely many solution, and that occurs at all the points on the line segment BC. Okay, all the points of the line segment BC gives you the maximum value of a Z there. So this is the multiple solutions to LPP. That is case 2. Okay. Any doubt in case 2? Remember, you don't have to check any slopes and nothing. Just draw this graph first, find the value of Z at each corner point, and just you have to observe that Z is coming maximum at more than 1 point, and hence you should write there is a maximum value at all the points on the line segment BC there. Okay. If suppose A and B is a maximum on the line segment AB, you should write there. Case 3 is of unbounded solution. Now the question is maximize and constraints are greater than type. What happens? The feasible region will look like this. This is the feasible region, and the question is a maximize. So in this case, you get a maximum value, but maximum just you move away from origin, and you get a better and better solution. So there is a solution. Yes, the problem have a solution, but it is unbounded solution. Such a case is known as unbounded solution because we are looking for maximum. We are looking for maximum for this region, and there is one corner point at infinity also there because this region is unbounded region. So and we're looking for maximum. So because of that, we say this problem have unbounded solution. Okay, that way. And the last case is infeasible solution. That's a no solution. So in this case, when you draw this region, you'll observe these two constants are less than type. So this is the region 1 you get. This region 1 satisfies these two constants, while the region 2 satisfy x greater than 40. That is third constraint. So in this graph, we observe there is not a single point which satisfy all three constraints. All three constraints are not satisfied by a single point. So there is no feasible point. As no feasible point, there is no solution. Feasible point means a possible solution. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.